So I'm really sorry, there is some technical errors occurring during the previous session. So I just need you to make sure that the things go without any difficulties, you can understand the session. So I will do it again. Okay, I'm really sorry with that interruption. Okay, so here we are going with the solver again. Okay, you can see it again here, right? I'm reset all. Okay, right. Here we need to put our set objective. Now we know it is a minimization one. Therefore, we select this total cost shall be calculated, right? That is our sum product cell calculation, right? Now our main objective is to minimize the transportation cost. Therefore, you have to select min as a objective function, right? Now here we need to find out what are our changing variables. Now we know that these are our changing variable. Why? Because we have to calculate those route numbers, so shipment numbers from one supply sources to particular market destinations, right? Therefore, you have to select this range as your changing variable cells. Actually, these are our decision variables, right? Then we are moving to the constraint at, right? So we put in here. Now we need to make sure that what are our demand constraint as well as our supply constraint. Now you know with our lecture series, these are our constraint because three sources can only supply this amount and we are having market demand of this amount. First put the demand constraint in here. Now here we know that we have to fulfill this market demand, right? That is our calculation part. And we put our demand, our mathematical model as, or mathematical symbol as equal. That's why I told you at the beginning, we have to fulfill the market demand as it is, right? We cannot fulfill it less than one or we cannot fulfill more than one, right? Therefore, we put the symbol as equal. Then our constraints are these are our market demand constraints, okay? Or else without selecting all the range together, you can select one by one, right? Now for an example, here if I cancel and move it again, you can put 1 and then here again equal and then constraint as 1. Then you can add, right? Without going to that, because since all the symbols are equal, I'm going with this range calculation, okay? So I select range and put in here equal, and for the demand constraint here, then you put at. Then I'm coming to the supply one. It is also same as the demand one. You can select the supply requirement and change the symbol as equal, and this is your supply constraints, right? Then click OK. Now you can see the two constraints are adding. If you select one by one, you are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 constraint in here. Now, since I'm using all the ranges together, I have only 2 constraints. You can select as it is. There is no any influence to your final solution, right? Now we are going to calculate cell and make sure that this is a simplex LP, right? And then put solve. Okay, then it asks about whether you are going with the sensitivity and other things. We will go with that later. Then put OK. Now you can see that our answer, we have got in total cost of the transportation as $152,535. Now you can see our decision variable cells are fulfilling. So what it says, in order to fulfill the market demand of market demand of 80 from market S, you have to use the source E supply. Right? You have to use source E supply, you can fulfill the market demand of S. Right? For the market demand of SA, that is 65, you can fulfill by using 20 from factory B and 45 from factory E. Right? To fulfill the market demand of market R, you can fulfill it by using factory A. That means you can directly fill it, right? And for the last market, that is AL market, it has 85 demand. So in order to fulfill that 85 demand, you can use 55 from factory B and 30 from factory A. Now you can see that we are getting this calculation. By multiplying this number with the unit route cost, you will get in total cost. Even the total shipment you can see from the supply, from the factory B supply, you are getting 20 for you will supply 20 to SA market and 55 for AL market. From the factory E, 125 supply, you have to distribute 82 market S and 45 for market SA. Last one, for the factory A, there are 100 supply units. You have to distribute it to market R with 70 units and market AL with 30 units. Now you can see exactly it is equal to this. Right? Now this is the way you have to calculate the transportation model optimization solution. Right? So let me allow to take with you the second example also. Right? Here also you can see. Right? Here also you can see there are 4 market types. Okay? And yes, 4 factories and 3 markets. Right? This is also taken from your textbook, if I believe, right? If my memory is correct, right? Now here are their total demand, right? Here the available of supply, right? Now you can see from the supply, let's see, 18, 33, 29, and here the total demand, it is only 19, 24, right? But here we can see that supply is greater than total demand. Right, now you can see here 18 plus it is 29, but when you are calculating the demand, you can see it is only 24. Here we can see only 24. Here we can see it is 29. Right, now looking at this, now you can see, okay, now supply is higher than the demand. Now in the theoretical basis, you know you have to incorporate dummy demand for this 5 excess supply. Now it is a difference between 5, right? But in here we are not incorporating any dummy cell, dummy row or dummy column as a dummy demand or dummy supply. We are using in here the symbol. Now it is changed in the supply side as less than or equal. Why? Now supply is greater than the demand. Therefore, we know that using the existing supply, we can fulfill the demand. But we know exactly that 5 units going to be excess because of this less demand in the market. Right? Therefore, we don't need to put the equal sign for here. Instead of the equal sign, we are putting less than or equal sign. Why? We can use either this 10 as it is or less than 10. We can use this 8 unit from factory B as it is or less than that. Right? We can use this 5 as it is or less than that, or we can use this 6 as it is or less than that. Now you can